I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing.
The matchup that could determine a WCAL champion arrives here in Week 5 as the defending kings of the conference meet the last undefeated in the league. 3-1 Dalton battles 4-0 Hillsdale for a spot in the driver's seat, and it all kicks off under the lights here in Jeromesville. Next.
You know, yoga isn't just for men with ponytails. It's a great tool for relieving stress. But most of those poses aren't realistic. Yeah. You're a construction worker, not a f***ing gymnast. The man spread. That's the stuff. From depression, relationships, stress, and everything in between, go to mantherapy.org and take the 20-point head inspection to better care for what's under that hard hat. Because taking care of your mental health is the manliest thing you can do.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Let's go.
Friday night lights. Get hype, it's Friday night. Friday night lights. Get hype, here we go now. Friday night lights. Get hype, it's Friday night. Friday night lights. Get hype, here we go now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Sloan Concrete pregame show, where they've got decorative and standard concrete services since 2005. I am Brian Skowronski. The great Andy Jardy is with me tonight for one of the most pivotal small school battles in the entire Buckeye State. Last year's D7 state runners-up and the last undefeated team remaining in the WCAL. Something's got to give here tonight. This is a big one already in week number 5.
I was so excited when I found out this was the game that we were doing this week, Brian. This should be a lot of fun between these two teams. Hillsdale undefeated, Dalton coming in 3-1. They're only lost to, state champion, perennial powerhouse Kirtland every year.
Monsters.
Yeah, so this is something's got to give, like you said, and this place is packed. Dalton has filled their section. It is packed over here. It's youth night here. They had a lot of kids getting honored, middle school football players and stuff like that before the game, and they are just waiting for their Falcons to take the field right now. And what should be, everyone you talk to around here is like, this should be a really good game, and that's what we're hoping for tonight.
Tell you about the opponent for the Falcons here tonight. Dalton off to another great start under a first-year head coach, Ray Leake, taking over for Brock Dials, who resigned back in January. And outside of that opening night loss that you mentioned against a football giant, they've been utterly impressive.
Yeah, they gave up 55 points to Kirtland. Since then, they've only allowed 11 points per game. Coming into this one, they've won at least a share of 4 of the last 5 league titles here in the Wayne County Athletic League, and this is an offense that is just putting up points at a premium, averaging 40.5 points per game. I think the only other team that might be putting up more than them is the team they're going up against tonight.
How about that? So offense should definitely be on full display here tonight, and a big reason why. Carter Hignight, just a sophomore, taking over for Colin Pearson, but he provides a true dual threat ability, coming off an amazing performance last week against a previously undefeated Smithville squad.
Yeah, last week he went 15 of 20, 328 yards, and 5 touchdowns. That is not a typo, 5 touchdowns. I was shocked when I was looking up his stats, and then I saw he's only a sophomore. I was absolutely blown away by the numbers that he has been able to put up in just his first year as a starter. And as a sophomore, he's only going to get better, folks. That is a bad news for everyone else in the conference.
Speaking of the conference, let's take a look at what lies ahead here for Dalton and where they are coming from. So they play the top 3 contenders in the WCAL in 3 of the first 4 weeks here in the conference. So you're going to find out a whole lot about the makeup of who's going to be in the driver's seat, who's going to be jockeying for position, all before we get to October.
Yeah, and it's crazy too. I mean, we're already into week 5, so we are officially at the halfway point of the regular season. Conference play just getting underway last week. Going to find out a lot about these Bulldogs here down the stretch, or actually right away, I should say. This will be a big test here to start on the road.
And this is why it's a big test. The Falcons under Trevor Klein off to another impressive start, outscoring their opponents by an average of about a 50 burger per night. And they went bananas last week. One of the best performances they've had in program history, and a shutout versus Chippewa.
Yeah, they put up 63 points in that game, the most points scored by Hillsdale since 2009. Owen Sloan just under 100 yards rushing in that game. He had 4 touchdowns tonight. I feel like we're going to see a heavy dose of Mr. Sloan here tonight, and so much so that I think he might be a player we're going to spotlight here for you in a little bit.
How about that? A segue right there by Mr. Jardy, the junior running back. I mean, he's like a stick of dynamite. Every time he touches it, he can just explode through the hole, take it to the house. Only receiving about 11 carries per game so far, Andy, but the numbers suggest that he's making the most of them.
Yeah, and every time he touches the ball, it's a first down with that average of 10.4 yards per carry. Sloan, the junior, putting up impressive numbers this year, just under 500 yards rushing for the season, 8 touchdowns. Yeah, he has been. I remember watching the game against Lucas that you did, and I felt like every time I was tuning in over to your game, Owen Sloan had broken off another run and was just going downfield. So we'll see. He's good. They're going to need him tonight. This is going to be a tough test against Dalton.
What you love about Sloan, he can go in between the tackles, certainly has the speed to break it to the perimeter as well, as the Falcons anxiously awaiting to run out onto the field. And for them, coming up here over the next couple of weeks after that 4-0 start, you see they're going to be at Smithville next week. That's going to be a tough contest for them, a team that Dalton just handled thoroughly in their Week 4 matchup. But then after that, don't want to overlook anybody, but a real chance for them, Andy, to really solidify themselves as the top contender in the league if they can get a victory tonight.
Yeah, you could argue that these next 2 weeks will pretty much determine where they finish in the Wayne County Athletic League, and this is a conference that they haven't won a share of the league title since 2014, so it's been a decade for the Falcons. They've got as good a chance of anybody this year with the hot start that they've gotten off to. If this offense keeps rolling like it has been, they've got a very good chance to get at least a share of that league title that's been elusive for them.
So for these Falcons here at home, Andy, break it down. How do they get the victory tonight?
Well, if Hillsdale is going to remain undefeated, Brian, I think it's going to be a fast start out of them tonight. So far this season, in the first half, they are outscoring their opponents 119-0.
Woo!
0 points. They've given up no points in the first half. They've put teams away by halftime. They've coasted in the second half. We'll see if that's the case. I did the Northmore game last week. Northmore was in a similar situation where they've just been blowing everybody out. They got out to a big lead in the first quarter. Suddenly they found themselves down late. They were tested. Hillsdale hasn't been tested yet this year. We'll see how that plays into tonight's game.
And for me, I feel like the Dogs aren't going to beat themselves. You got to be able to create some takeaways tonight, as Coach Klein now leading his Falcons out onto the field. The Bulldogs also on the opposite end, making their sprint out here, ready for a big-time WCAL showdown. Our keys to victory tonight for the Dogs, I'm going to go down with Sloan. I mean, you can't allow him to have the chunk plays that he's been getting accustomed to over these last few weeks. Averaging almost 11 yards per carry is absurd against a quality defense like the Bulldogs. Certainly, you can't let that be the case.
You know, you cannot, and for my key, I'm going big night, Hignight, good night. If he has a big night tonight, forget it. Dalton's getting out of here with the W. Falcons are going to have to find a way to shut him down because he has done an excellent job carving up defenses through the air.
And here come the Hillsdale Falcons out onto the fields with a sparkling 4-0 record, looking to get to 5-0, I believe for the first time under head coach Trevor Klein. He certainly has had a lot of great years, at least winning 1 playoff game, 2 of the last 3. And there is our player spotlight, Owen Sloan. I certainly feel like he's going to be a big factor in determining tonight's game. If he goes big, you love the Falcons' chance. If the Bulldogs can slow him down, we'll have to find out what we can get from a sophomore quarterback who has been playing out of his mind so far, Cale Lewis.
Yeah.
But it's been the combination of big-time running plays that have opened up some things, being able to get it to the playmakers offensively in the passing game. Owen Sloan obviously is going to be a difference maker.
Yeah, there's just so many skill players on both sides tonight for both of these teams that I don't know who you try and stop, because if you shut one guy down, it's almost like whack-a-mole. There's going to be like 6 others that pop up, and so I'm very, very excited to see which team is able to, figure out how to shut down the skill position players here. I mean, Hillsdale has like 3 different guys here that have over 150 yards receiving, and you mentioned Sloan has got 500 yards rushing on the year. Lewis can run the ball too, so there's a lot for Hillsdale too. There's a lot for Dalton as well. There's a reason that they're averaging 40.5 points a game. Hignight, Ryder, Wenger, I mean, this should just be. I'm hoping that this game on paper looks like it's going to be incredible. I hope that's the case, because this conference deserves a game like this.
Fireworks are the anticipation here tonight offensively. The Bulldogs will get the first crack at it, as here is the opening kickoff. It'll take a hop, and it'll be taken inside the 10-yard line. This is Coy Wenger on the return. A little bit of a crease here to the near side, and he'll get bumped out of bounds as he sneaks out across the 30.
Yeah, nice return there. Takes it all the way out to the 30. Found the lane and had a really good return, knocked out of bounds. So decent field position to start for the Bulldogs' opening drive. Looks like they mark him at the 35-yard line.
So here comes Carter Hignight. He'll begin in the shotgun. 4 wide, 2 each side. Falcons defensively will run a 4-3 defense. He'll fake it, call his own number, and knock down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a half-yard pickup.
Yeah, they brought the receiver in motion there for that read option play. I think they might have been able, probably in hindsight, is going to want to hand that one off next time, if anything, to avoid all of the collision that he took on that, but it looked like the end around was there. So nice job by the Falcons defense there on first down.
Grayson Allis taking up a lot of space there at the defensive tackle spot, forcing him into a short gain as they'll go empty here. They'll motion the back out. Hignight comes near side, spins back, and he'll throw all the way to the opposite side of the field to Wenger. Tripped up, nice tackle in the open field after a gain of 6.
Yeah, and that was a great tackle too. Jesse Trevathan, because that could have gone for a lot more than it did if he doesn't bring him down right there. He's got at least a first down, but that's a great tackle by Trevathan to make this a 3rd and short.
Looks like right around 2.5 for the Bulldogs. Hignight will hand it straight ahead this time. And the Falcons gang tackle. Everybody comes in to corral the ball carrier to bring up a 4th down.
That's a huge stand by the Hillsdale defense, forcing potentially a punt situation here right off the bat. Get him to a 3 and out. That's exactly how you want to start this thing off, but it looks like the Bulldogs are at least lining up that they're going to go for this.
Checking over in the sideline. Offense is going to stay out there. And they will take the snap. Hignight looking to go to the air. Has to pull it down, and Wenger behind the defense, wide open. Snuck in behind Sloan, and he's got a huge home and kitchen supply first down.
Yeah, got him with the pump fake. Wenger was wide open on the left side. I think they thought that he was going to pull this down and try and run for it. Defense got caught watching the play, and it's a huge conversion for a first down.
Slow developing action that time, and it pays off for the Bulldogs, who quickly get to the line of scrimmage. Here's Hignight shedding off one would-be tackler, and he'll get the completion to the middle of the field here for Ryder.
I mean, he's making plays. He's staying alive. They thought they had him for a loss here. Shuffles the feet, throws it down. I mean, the plays he's making right now are like plays you would run against me in NCAA football or something. He's just running around back there, chucking it downfield to guys that are wide open.
Back-to-back first downs for the Dogs offense. Set up on the doorstep now. Inside the red zone, and it's Wenger showing off his versatility on the speed run. A gang of Falcons there to meet him as he's unable to catch the edge. Probably a short loss. Well defended that time by Sloan. Getting some help as well on the backside from Hoffman.
They've done a nice job, Hillsdale has, stopping the running plays. It's just been the throws through the air so far by Hignight that have carved him up.
Ryder, the lone back, rolls right, trying to set the edge for Hignight. He'll spring it out wide, reach in, and touchdown.
Wow.
So the Bulldogs convert on a 4th down, and a few plays later, they find themselves into pay dirt. Big-time statement here on their opening drive.
Yeah, they convert a 4th down right around midfield, and this was I think this play could have been a couple different things. It looked like it was going to be an option. It looked like he was going to slide there. And then look at the block there to allow him to take that in from 11 yards out. That drive was all about Hignight just creating out of nothing. A couple of those plays looked like they were going to be big losses. He danced around, found guys open, and then on that one decides to keep it. And a perfect opening drive if you're the Bulldogs here on the road.
So Dalton strikes first. They are on the board with just over 3 minutes gone by. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back here in Jeromesville. 65-yard touchdown drive for the Dalton Bulldogs to open things up on the road. 3 straight wins for the defending state runners-up in Division 7. And Andy Jardy, after converting that 4th down, I think obviously made a little bit of a statement here on the road.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly how you want to start this game off, coming here on the road. Converted that 4th down, and that was huge, too, on that touchdown run here, so you get a little squib kick. I'll finish my thought after this kick.
It's going to be Sloan on the scoop. Spins in traffic and able to muscle his way out across the 30-yard line. That's where we'll see the Falcons offense take over for the first time tonight.
Yep, but going back to that 11-yard touchdown run real quick, that block, too, was all Ohio running back Sammy Tomlinson, who just came back from a shoulder injury. I think the shoulder's feeling all right because he got in there and lowered the shoulder, as you'll see him come running into the screen there.
Boom.
Yep, he's going to just get in there.
Actually, kind of just a little dance by.
It was a little dance by, but it does show that he's not afraid to take some contact there. But I actually thought he made contact with him. But yeah, he did enough to disrupt the play.
Lewis hands off, a little bit of trickery as they'll flip it back to him. He's going to go deep. No one's around McFadden. Hayden McFadden with the grab, and he will scoot 70 yards to pull within a point.
Are you kidding me? I mean, flea flicker galore. Let's just throw it around in the backfield and then take a shot downfield. A 70-yard touchdown pass. Boy, we were hoping this was going to be a great game, and if this opening drive by both teams is any indication of what we're in for tonight, buckle up. My goodness. That was awesome.
McFadden, a game breaker so far this season, taking it all the way in. 70 yards. One play drive here for the Falcons.
Tell you what, I'm worried about running out of notebook paper here to keep track of the scoring plays tonight. We might be having to
see if we can get Amazon special delivery to bring one in.
Something.
7-7 on this right here. Sloan, he'll toss it into the hands of Holland Young. Right back to the sophomore quarterback. And how about the dime on the money? McFadden sneaking behind the defense. Nobody's going to catch that engine when it's roaring.
Yeah, he could have thrown to whoever he wanted to on that play. Both his receivers were wide open on that play. He had Brock Bauer downfield, too, that he could have thrown that one to. Dalton defense completely caught off guard by that play.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't think we saw flea flicker on the opening play, but I love it.
So the Falcons able to answer the call immediately after a Bulldog score, as many around the area feel like these are the top 2 contenders within the WCAL. So how about a couple of body shots and then a counter right hook here by the Falcons, and it lands right on the chin.
Yeah, I mean, perfect start for Dalton. Converted that 4th down, picked up some big plays that were busted plays, ended up with a touchdown, and feeling pretty good. And they didn't have time to feel very good about themselves because all it took was the Falcons' one play. And talked about that with this offense. They've outscored opponents 119-0 in the first half. Well, they've now given up their first points of the season in the first half, but this offense can score quickly.
Very returnable from the 12-yard line. And how about a little trickery of their own? The handoff, and here's Tomlinson returning from injury last week. and making an impact as he gets caught and swiveled over out across the 40-yard line.
I love the start to this game. We are just seeing them pull anything out of the bag of tricks. We have flea flickers, we've got options, we've got reverses on kickoffs. I mean, this is fun.
And we're only 2 possessions in thus far. Falcons have only ran 1 play from the line of scrimmage. Not too many more for the Bulldogs. And they'll come out empty again, so a lot of faith in their sophomore quarterback, as do they on the other side in Cale Lewis. Great battle between class of, 2027s?
And they do not waste any time getting up to the line either and snapping the ball.
A lot of space here to the near side. Hignight's going to tuck, and he'll get chased out of bounds. 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, he wanted to take a shot downfield, thought better of it. Coverage downfield was good, and I'm telling you, this is a sophomore making these decisions too. That's just smart football there. He didn't have anything, didn't force it, lived to fight another down, picked up 3 on the play. It makes it 3rd and short. We've already seen him go for it on 4th down in this area, so most likely 4-down territory.
Just a yard shy of midfield. Falcons bring some heat, a little stunt, and the connection. That's Wenger again, very slippery. He'll get ripped down, but not before a Bulldog first down.
Already the 3rd catch of the night for Wenger.
Whoop.
Almost spun his way out of it for more, but it's enough for a first down. Keep the drive moving. Mr. Hignight is a perfect 5 of 5 to start this game.
Only missed 5 passes all of last week in that monster performance against Smithville. So the momentum still rolling in his favor. The run defense so far for the Falcons has been elite, though.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, got Brady getting in there, Sloan in there. Sloan's just looking for contact, you know. He did. Normally he's the bruise backer on offense, but they scored on 1 play through the air, and he's just trying to get in there and make some noise defensively.
Still 15 showing on the play clock as they go play action, clean pocket. Now it's collapsing behind them. Hignight felt it. It's somehow able to get out of trouble.
Ball's out. I think the Bulldogs were able to get back on it, but my goodness.
Yeah, very fortunate right there as his older brother Brady dove on it. But how about this? Like he just got out the bubble bath, slips through Critchbaum right there, gets by another defender in Jones.
Yeah, he slipped through at least 2, maybe 3 defenders on that play. I mean, he just can't find a way to get him for a loss so far. Picks up 7.
So it'll make it 3rd and 3. Quick throw to the outside. It's on target. Nice catch made by Brady. Bulldogs got the chain gang back on the move.
Little brother-to-brother combo right there.
Pretty football as well as they see Jesse Trevathan look like sitting in the Tampa 2 defense. They knew the outside would be open. Didn't hesitate. Unloaded for the first down. From the 31, just a 4-man rush. A little high. Brady with the snag. It'll be a gain of 5.
A little high, but I think he knows that receiver pretty well. I'm sure that this is how they used to play it in the backyard all the time. Jumps up, brings it down, and Carter now 7 of 7.
What a security blanket to have older bro be your
right.
favorite intended target as well.
Yeah, he's picking up your fumbles. I'm sure he's going to give him some grief about that. Hey, hold on to the ball.
An extra chicken nugget on older brother's plate coming up soon at dinner time. Ryder stretches forward. He's right near the sticks. This is going to be very close. And certainly the best carry that he's had so far tonight. He's been met in the backfield every time he's touched it thus far.
Yeah, that's his first carry that's gone for positive yardage. Looks like he gained probably 4 on the play. 3.
About a half-yard shy here on a 3rd down. And it's going to be design quarterback draw.
He is going to be short, Brian.
Falcons were ready for it.
Yeah, they were all ready for this. This was a design draw to begin with. See Hignight wanting to take off, and then a couple guys just waiting to bring him down.
Jake Haven, nice job being disciplined, setting the edge that time. Came in to knock him down for about a 1.5 yard loss. Officially marked at 4th down and 3. Trips to the right side. Hignight looking left, and he spins out. Flag comes in. 3 Falcons all had a chance. He'll air to the end zone for a touch. Oh, it's dropped.
Wow. So I'm curious to see what the penalty is here. If they're going to get a hold on this, or did they potentially grab the face mask of Hignight? I think it's going to be a hold against Dalton. It is.
So obviously this will be declined, and you see right there, blocking the back, hold, whatever you want to call it. A couple of different offensive linemen, but the poise and just the magicianry, if that's an actual word, to be able to be in the backfield, feel the pressure, and get away from it, avoid the arm tackles has been really special to watch thus far.
It's been something else. So Hillsdale wisely declines the penalty there. After that pass falls incomplete into the end zone, they will take over, turnover on downs, and that's big. Early on, it kind of felt it feels like which team is going to get a stop, and then be able to take control of this game. And I mean, Hillsdale technically doesn't have a first down yet. I think they'd like to put together a drive here to give their defense a little bit of a breather.
4:19 showing on the clock. This will just be the second snap of the night for the Falcons offense if you're just joining us. First play from scrimmage, 70-yard touchdown, Hayden McFadden. They'll give it to Owen Sloan, cutting back against the grain. Look at this wiggle as he sprints out to the edge and takes it into Bulldog territory. First down.
I mean, we talked about this on the pregame. Just the skill players, the talent that is on the field in this game tonight is going to be so fun to watch. And you've seen both teams. Do we have a penalty?
Yeah, we do have a flag, and it looks like the Falcons are retreating back as though this is on them. Take a second look. Offense, if you're just joining us, see from the very beginning, 70-yard motion the two men. McFadden.
Yeah, they called holding on this. So that'll wipe out a 31-yard run that took them into Bulldog territory. But it did happen a bit downfield, so it's first and 2, excuse me.
Lewis to the sky, airs it out. Another flag flies. Came right at the snap as it's too far out in front for Holland Young. And back-to-back penalties now against the Falcons.
Yeah, obviously not what you want to see after getting a big turnover on downs. Come out and you bust off a big 31-yard run, but it's called back for a hold, and now you're going back another 5 yards, so you're almost back to where you started. Those are just the kind of mistakes you can't afford in a game like this.
Still just first down and 7, though, for the Falcons.
First down and 7 now. With play.
As Lewis sets back in the gun, Sloan to his right. And they'll give it to Owen. He'll barrel straight ahead and just gets hammered in the hole. Really nowhere to go.
On the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, good luck. Like, he got past his line, and there were 3 Bulldogs waiting for him. Picks up 1.
And when Braden shoots one of them, listed at 325 pounds, that is a lot of man to try to move in the middle.
Whew.
Especially for Sloan.
Hard pass for me.
Quick throw to the outside. It's a little bit underthrown for Bauer. And these are the type of plays the Falcons have been hitting on consistently so far this season. And using the quick pass plays almost as quasi-runs.
Yeah, and it's just amazing, too, how their entire tempo has been thrown off a bit by those 2 penalties. They come out, they run the ball there, goes for a yard, and then that pass just didn't have the zip on it that you need, and it's like that false start and the holding call have kind of just sapped a little bit of their momentum.
Penalties sometimes can be such a game changer and disruptor See if it works out here for the Dogs defense. Nice tackle. They'll hold him short as Alex Hess comes in, makes the contact, and that's not going to be enough for Jake Haven. 4th down.
So the holding and the false start. The bugaboos on this drive are going to keep Hillsdale from picking up a 1st down. They're going to have to punt this football away. So now both offenses come out, go right down the field, and then the defenses answer on each drive here. This might be a game of anything you can do, I can do better. They're going to fake this.
And it's McFadden with no room. So Trevor Klein tries to pull a little bit of trickery, and it works out in Dalton's favor. They were anticipating something on the edge.
So are we now we might be seeing too much out of the bag of tricks, because either you punt that football away right there or just go for it on 4th and 2. Give it to Owen Sloan and say, hey, go get me 2 yards. The fake punt there, I don't like it. I mean, you're giving this Bulldog offense now 1st and 10 at the 30. If I'm Dalton here, I'm taking a shot into the end zone.
Bulldogs defense makes a play. Now they'll put it in the hands of Brady Hignight. He's going to throw it to the end zone, a taste of their own medicine. The Falcons hit him on the flea flicker. Now, on the wide receiver pass, the Dogs have struck for pay dirt.
Well, if it's not one Hignight, it's the other, as Brady throws this one 30 yards into the end zone. I mean, just an excellent call. Falcons completely fooled by it. He was wide open for the touchdown.
30-yard touchdown pass. Brady Hignight into the end zone. And just like that, the Dogs get back on the board again. They lead by 7. We'll be back. We'll see if Hillsdale has what it takes to answer right after this.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
On the road, the Dalton Bulldogs come up with something out of their bag of tricks. Wide receiver pass, first play of a drive. Coming off of a failed fake punt by the Falcons. But after the short kick, Hillsdale set up in business as they'll get an opportunity just 55 yards away here to try to answer.
Interesting decision there with the short kick. These coaches feeling okay about giving teams good starting field position. Take a look back at that play. Hignight throwing it downfield, just wide open. Coy Wenger gets his 4th receiving touchdown this season. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns as well. But we've seen a flea flicker go for a touchdown. We've got the wide receiver pass for a touchdown. What else can we see tonight?
Long way to go as Lewis gets hit backside. Comes incomplete as Matthew Heatwell applied the pressure.
Got a penalty marker on the play. Personal foul looks like going against the Bulldogs. They initially signaled Falcons, but I believe this is going against Dalton. See if we see anything on the replay here.
It looks like that.
Yep, maybe a little beef between the 2 linemen there.
Yeah, that's a double beef patty right there in the middle. A little bit of extra cheese.
Looks like Braden Shoop is the one that got called for that, number 78.
And that's an interesting call, as you saw on the replay. Both guys were going back and forth. You didn't see any helmets get hit, no smacks of the face mask.
Game of this magnitude this early on, but I guess, you know what, they might be wanting to set the precedent for the rest of the game.
Here's a toss to McFadden, a little bit of space in front of him, and actually not a throw this time on a reverse.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. Great pursuit there by Matthew Heatwell. I thought he was going to pull up to throw this, but just nowhere to go. It's McFadden. Loses a couple yards on that play. Looks like a loss of 4.
Only his second carry of the year. I saw the first back in week number 2, a 50-yard rushing touchdown. It was nominated for top play of the week on the Friday Night Pigskin. 4-yard loss this time. And now Lewis from a bit of a hole steps and fires right away. And off target, he seems a bit out of sorts here in the early going, as that's nowhere close to McFadden.
Yeah, he's 2 of 5 on the night now. Obviously connected on the 70-yard touchdown pass to start the game and then had a 5-yard completion after that, but he's missed on his last couple throws and just hasn't been able to find a rhythm here after that hot start.
Falcons with a whole slew of wideouts in there. Looks like they're going to go 4 wide. It's been their bread and butter, I think, so far this season as well, to get into these type of matchups with Sloan as the lone back.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be 3rd and 14 against this Bulldog defense.
Actually split Owen out, and it's a design quarterback keeper. Lewis with a sharp fake. And he's able to accelerate for a nice gain and make this 4th and manageable.
Yeah, it gives them a good chance now here to go for this on 4th down. Just a design run all the way. Slips through the defenders. Picks up 10. Makes this 4th and 4. They're still looking to pick up their first down via a play. They've got 1 because of that personal foul penalty. But outside of the big play, the offense is still trying to get into rhythm here.
Pivotal down right here.
That'll
Dogs
help.
look like they have jumped both defensive ends into the neutral zone. And 2 first downs via penalty now.
I was just going to say, so 2 penalties now here by the Bulldogs on this drive have given the Falcons 2 first downs. And I can't tell. So I did a game last night, too. I was doing Brunswick-Medina. The amount of times that exact play happened, 4th and 4, coming out and doing the hard count to get the guys to jump off sides. It's incredible how often it happens. And it's worth a shot. You might as well try it a few times.
Especially for these young defensive ends wanting to get in there, pin their ears back on a 4th down. To the zone they go. Jump ball, and it looks like the Falcons got it. They do. It's Holland Young. 29-yard connection, and the Falcons back within a point.
Well, here you go. They get bailed out by the Bulldog defense, giving them 2 first downs, and they're saying, hey, if you guys want to stay on the field, that's fine. We'll take advantage of that. Take a shot downfield. Excellent play call after the penalty to give them the first down. Great throw, great catch. We're an extra point away from being tied up again.
Pretty tight coverage as well by Gabe Clark, but an even better throw. A little wobbly, but right where it needed to be. Second touchdown throw of the night for Cale Lewis. And we are all back to square, 14 apiece. We're anticipating fireworks. And it's had a little bit of Independence Day so far in this first quarter. Still a minute 03 showing on the clock here in this opening quarter. Big time WCAL matchup. Both teams coming off of lopsided victories in their league opener a week ago. Smithville trounced by Dalton. The Smithville team that was 3-0. And Chippewa beat 63-zip by these Falcons at home last week. And I got to imagine a taste of home cooking. What a delight here for Hillsdale. 3 consecutive on the road for them.
You know, we've seen that a lot this year in terms of the scheduling goes. I feel like a lot of the teams that I've covered this year, they've had stretches in their schedule where they get 3 road games in a row. I guess it's better to get them out of the way, non-conference and early part of your conference. Now you get back for some home cooking. Yeah, this is their first home game since week 1 here. And what a game to have.
It does set them up to finish the season with 3 of their final 4 at home, including a huge Week 10 against Norwayne. On the fly, here's Hignight. Solid field position again. Both of these teams have had short fields to work with.
Yeah, that ball took quite the hop off the turf here, and it is going to be good starting field position for the Bulldogs. Start at their own 40. Just under a minute to go first quarter. That was Holland Young's 6th receiving touchdown of the year for the Falcons on that last drive.
On the ground, left side, little bit of a gap. Spun down after a pickup of 3 is Ryder. And Sloan in on another tackle.
Yeah, just nothing going here so far in the running game for the Bulldogs.
Second and 7, they'll go to the sky. And really soft coverage being played. So Hillsdale allows Wenger on the underneath route to pick up a home and kitchen supply first down.
5th first down of the game for the Bulldogs.
Just look at all that space, though,
I mean,
Andy.
there's plenty of room to convert that. That's just too easy. But they've taken shots downfield. You wonder if they're worried about getting beat deep downfield, like potentially on this play.
Oh, the throw where it needs to be, and Sammy Tomlinson enters the end zone. Points galore here tonight.
This might be first to 70 wins this game tonight. I mean, unbelievable the offensive prowess we're seeing tonight, and what a beautiful throw. And, yeah, I mean, whew.
And if you're a Falcons fan, you're thinking, where's the defense? That's the second long pass tonight. Felt like the secondary absolutely fooled. As Tomlinson, Johnson untouched. So the seesaw battle on the scoreboard continues. Bulldogs strike again. It's a dot. Right on top of the eye, and Tomlinson, 44 yards. Puts Dalton back in front, 21-14. 5 total touchdowns already in this first 11 minutes and 47 seconds. It has been an exciting matchup. Everything that we anticipated coming into this one so far has played out on the gridiron.
Yeah, welcome back, Mr. Tomlinson, too. Came back last week after the injury. Only had 2 catches last week. Did go for 102 yards on the 2 catches, though. He's got his first catch here tonight. Goes for a 44-yard touchdown pass. This is something else. I don't think I've ever seen a game start off like this at the high school level, or any level really for that matter. I mean, the amount of just trick plays that have been successful, the amount of deep shots that have been successful. This has been, it's a defensive coach's nightmare, but if you're on the offensive side of things, you're loving what you're seeing, because you can pretty much call anything and it's going for 6.
This one's going to slip through the receiving team as McFadden retreats inside his own 4, and he'll get ripped down basically right there. Huge play as Gage Stitt got in there to drop him.
So in a game like this where you're looking for what sort of play you could circle where maybe you separate yourself in this one, it could potentially be that play right there. Mishandled the kickoff return, tries to get outside, brought down inside his own 5, and depending on how this drive shakes out here, the Bulldogs, though, feeling pretty good about themselves, so you got a chance to really put this Hillsdale offense in a difficult spot here and potentially get the ball back and make it a 2-possession game. It feels like any team that goes up by 2 scores here is really going to have, you know, the inside track to coming away with the win.
First long field that we've seen for either offensive unit. And Owen Sloan carves right through the middle. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle by Hignight.
I mean, just right up the middle. Great blocking.
And look at how close this is, Andy. Ooh. Got him right by the ankle. If not, that was going to be a foot race potentially all the way to the end zone. And, folks, nowhere to be but here. We'll see you back. Second quarter action. Hillsdale looking to get on the board again.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
A lot of action packed into just 1 quarter of play, and we still got 3 more of these left on the docket here tonight, at least, as Hillsdale and Dalton, 2 of the favorites to win the WCAL this season, have put up a combined 5 touchdowns. And the Falcons back with possession after a nice long run by this gentleman right here, Owen Sloan. But he'll get dipped in the backfield, dropped for a loss of 2.
Yeah, Sloan with 3 carries, 31 yards in that first quarter. All the offense coming through the air for both of these teams tonight. We had passing touchdowns by Hillsdale of 70 and 29 yards. Dalton had passing touchdowns of 30 and 44 yards.
Another tackle made by Matthew Heatwell. He's been all over the place defensively so far for these Dogs. As Lewis spreads him out, they'll bring Sloan in motion, and he gets upended. Cut down in the backfield by a diving Alex Hess.
Yeah, Hess getting in there. Bringing Sloan down for no gain on the play. And, yeah, he just got in there, got around his blockers, and disrupted the play immediately. And this is another 3rd and long. Second time we've seen Hillsdale in a 3rd and 14. And if you remember, it was Lewis who kept it. Picked up 10, and then they got him to jump off sides to keep a drive alive. So we'll see what they draw up here on 3rd and long.
They've got McFadden down here soloed up to the near side. They're going to look that way. Here's Hayden with the catch, and he'll toss it. And look at this. The running lane down the near side. Owen Sloan speeds all the way 80 yards to the crib.
What is going on? This is unbelievable.
You could not write a more fun script for the first quarter in a drive of a football game.
We've got flea flickers. We've got wide receiver passes. Now you get the hook and ladder. 80 yards on 3rd and 14. I mean, perfectly executed. And a lot of this you're seeing, too. The coverages are so soft tonight because of the shots taken downfield that there's enough space to run a play like that. Unbelievable. I am speechless.
So Hillsdale back within a point yet again as they answer the bell, and a lot of them ringing up here in the home stands for the Falcons.
Sloan gets credit for all those receiving yards, right?
I think
I'm not exactly sure how the hook and ladder works in terms of statistics.
Let's show you guys this play from the start. 3rd down as well, Andy.
Yeah, 3rd and 14. And you can see there's plenty of room here. They're just trying not to give up the first down because you think they're going to end up punting if you keep them short of the sticks. Oh, no, we're just going to pitch it to, our running back, and he's going to take it 80 yards downfield and tie this thing up at 21 apiece. So Lewis is 3 of 6 on the night, or 4 of 6. 3 of his 4 passes have gone for touchdowns. It's unbelievable.
And when watching that in real time, Brady Hignight had the angle, it appeared, to get Owen Sloan, but he was like Luigi on the outside of a Mario Kart track, hitting the speed burst.
Now you're talking my game.
Picked up a little bit of extra speed, maybe grabbed a mushroom on the way, and just bolted down the sideline.
I think he got one of the golden mushrooms. He just kept using it. No one was going to catch him. He was gone. There was no blue shell anywhere to slow him down. We are all tied at 21.
To quote the great Maximus from Gladiator, you certainly feel like this is the Coliseum, and how could you not be entertained tonight, Andy? This is so much action just packed into about 13 and a half minutes. We're just getting started.
Good luck picking your phenom from this game or your play of the week. I mean, you've got...
We could just do the top 10 plays of the week just from the first quarter.
Top 10 plays of the game.
Off the bobble, here's Gage Stitt. Reversing Fields and wiggles out to about the 28-yard line. Thought there would be a little bit more for him. Tackle on the play, I believe, by Trevathan.
Let's not forget, too, that Hillsdale drive, their last one that they just scored on, started inside their 5. They got a big run right off the bat by Sloan for 20. Oh, he almost took it 95 yards. And you know, as soon as he got that hook and ladder, he was like, you're not stopping me this time.
I think that first down run, critical for them. Get out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Yeah.
Just feels a little ominous when you're backed up like that on your own goal line. As Hignight trying to go right back to work. This one looks like it might have got deflected by Critchbaum at the line of scrimmage. So it's knocked down incomplete.
Yeah, definitely disrupted that play. I don't know if it got tipped or if he did just enough to alter the throwing motion here. Yeah, I think he might have knocked that down with his forearm. Brady Critchbaum. It's just the second incompletion so far for Hignight.
And he'll throw this one on the money again, cashing in checks for Wenger. He's been the favorite target so far tonight. Another Home and Kitchen Supply, first down.
Yep, and you're just seeing the coverage again. They're so worried about getting beat over the top, they're going to give up anything underneath.
Very quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Wenger across midfield. McFadden slings him down to the turf. Solid pickup again, 9 more yards. But just the pocket presence and awareness thus far, it's really stuck out what we've seen from Carter.
Yeah, he has looked incredibly poised here in a game of this magnitude on the road.
Here he is dancing in some trouble, though. And he'll find a dancing partner. That's Jake Haven. Wrestles him to the turf for a sack.
Yeah, quote the Haven, never more. He had just enough of Mr. Hignight running all over, throwing all over, gets in there, brings it down. That's not the worst thing in the world right there if you're Dalton, though, because Hignight, instead of forcing something, you live to fight another down. It's 3rd and 6. You're at midfield. The way that your team's been running the ball or running your offense, 3rd and 6, 4th and whatever, it doesn't matter the way that these offenses are clicking.
Caden Russell's got the catch. Heavy pressure, as you saw both of the gaps filled there by Falcons. And just a little bit short. 4th and about a half a yard here, Andy. Dalton obviously going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah.
They've showed nothing else so far tonight.
And if you're Hillsdale, do not jump early.
Do not pass go.
Yeah, do not collect a first down.
Hignight's going to sling this thing. Pressure from the backside, and the second sack here. Dropped in the backfield. It's Jake Haven again.
Haven causing havoc. Gets a huge stop here for the Falcons defense. 2 sacks on the drive for Haven. Gets in there untouched. Hignight had no choice but to take that sack, and now the Falcons have a chance to take the lead.
Just had to swallow his medicine in the backfield. Havoc by Haven. I like that. And that's exactly what it was. 2 of those last 3 plays. Pretty surprised there for Dalton, though. They only needed about the length of the football to pick up the first down, and they go empty.
Hillsdale's been playing catch-up all game. Now they have a chance here to take their first lead of the night.
Lewis, big crease in the middle of the field. Nice block. A couple dogs bounce off of each other. And he'll scramble his way for a Falcon first down inside the 30.
Lewis making plays with his feet. Thought for a second he was going to end up not getting as many yards on this play as he could have, but he wisely gets to the outside, runs it, picks up 13 on the play, matches his uniform number. He's got 2 carries on the night for 23 yards.
Knox Lewis might have got away with a mini block in the back right
close.
there. You saw him throw his hands up like, not me.
Yep, it wasn't me. You saw nothing.
Hillsdale has not led yet in this game. Chance to do so right here. Sloan, left side. And he goes airborne. 8-yard pickup, and a pretty one at that.
Yeah, gets through first line of defenders here by using the triangle button on the controller with the hurdle right there. Gets this into a 2nd down and short. Man, these offenses tonight, good luck stopping either one of them. That's where I said that if whoever can jump out to that 2-possession lead, I think is going to end up being the winner in this one tonight. Because the way that these offenses can score, it's going to be tug of war all night.
Lewis and Haven motion to the right side. They'll run that way. Big hole again for Sloan. Puts his shoulder down, lays the boom.
He's a punisher. There's no getting around it. He looks for the contact, embraces the contact. Gets one guy there, sees another guy, and he's like, I'm just going to come right for you. Takes about an entire pack of the Bulldogs to bring him down.
And they're right on the outside of being set up for the goal-to-go situation. Can still get a fresh set inside the 3.
It's always a great feeling on offense when you can still get that first down before scoring.
Lewis rides it out as long as possible. And now he'll get whipped down pretty much right at the line of scrimmage. Long developing play. Ryder wrote it out. And just nowhere to go for Cale.
Yeah, the Bulldog defense was ready for that read. He didn't have an option to give it to Sloan either. He would have been tackled at the line of scrimmage, so just keeps it, picks up the gain of 1. Hillsdale will get the ball to start the second half too, so.
Lewis off the pump fake, pressured, goes end zone, picked off Brady Hignight.
Oh, he's bringing it back too.
He's got a caravan forming out in front. So the first turnover of the night created by the Dalton Bulldogs, and it's a big one coming in the end zone. Game-changing play right here for Brady.
Yeah, and then that's a sophomore throw right there too. Just nothing there. Threw it across his body into multiple coverage. That's one that he's going to want back, no question about it. Just trying to do a little bit too much there instead of throwing it away or just taking a sack and keeping them in a scoring situation. Tried to force the issue there, turns it over.
So the Bulldogs have failed to convert a pair of 4th down opportunities. Now the Falcons help them out with the interception in the end zone. As here's Sammy Tomlinson, and he darts out of bounds right about the 35-yard line to start off this drive.
It's the first carry of the night for him. He's got a 44-yard touchdown reception. But his first carry here goes for a couple of yards on the play. Gets him close to a first down, 2nd and 2.
What I love about this Dalton offense is so many of these dudes are utility guys. You see Wanger and Hignight can line up in the backfield right there. You see Tomlinson come and carry the football. So kind of leaves you guessing all the time who's going to be where and how they're going to receive the action.
Well, that's what I said. It's almost like playing whack-a-mole. Like you could try and hit the one guy, but then the other one's going to pop up and beat you downfield. There's just so many different guys that they can go to for offense as they pick up another first down here through the air. They didn't need much, but they got enough.
Nice job of using every inch of those fingertips to squeeze that football by Brady Hignight. Helping out Baby Bro, a little bit of an underthrown ball. And the chain gang moves out to the 40. Under 6 minutes rolling here in the second quarter. 42 points already combined on our Simonson Construction scoreboard, and maybe some more right here. Big run to the perimeter for Ryder. And he's driven down in enemy territory inside the 35.
Easily his best run of the night. He has not been able to get anything going so far. His longest run before that was 4 yards. This one he takes all the way to the 38 for a 22-yard gain. And the Dalton offense moving downfield as we've seen all night. These two offenses just trading blows back and forth.
Play action again, quick toss. Bobbled. Caden Russell, the intended target. And looked like the hit from Trevathan was able to knock it loose.
This almost ended up being an interception too off of the deflection here. You'll see here, that ball almost stays up there just long enough that it could have been picked off by Brock Bauer.
Falcons defense forces a 2nd and 10. They'll bring everybody. And it pays off. Able to get back to the line of scrimmage as Jackson Ryder. But you saw just a lot of guys come motoring there through the A-gaps.
Yeah, he's going to try and take it to the outside, but someone forgot to get a block there on Lincoln Jones. He did enough to slow that play down and prevent it from going for anything. They're actually going to lose one on the play.
3rd down long. Hignight scrambling. And he's able to turn it into a couple-yard gain before he's splashed down to the turf by Critchbaum.
So we've seen the Hillsdale defense start to tighten it up a bit here the last couple of possessions here. Hignight not as comfortable in the backfield. And some of those earlier plays, too, where they weren't quite able to bring him down, they are now starting to find a way to get to him and slow him down.
Ray Leak has proven to be a gambling man, and again, he wants to roll the dice.
And I think he's going to think about it, or Hillsdale's going to take the timeout here.
Be a Falcons timeout. Give me a chance to say what's up to everybody out there watching right now live on YouTube channel 1. I want to say hi to B. Manishim. Friday night lights. Local fatty, about to be the game of the year, he says. I can't disagree. So far, it's lived up to the billing, Andy. This has been a ton of fun.
Yeah, I thought the game last week I had Northmore at Centerburg was a contender for game of the year, and it still is. That game was wild and had a crazy finish. And this one here, though, I mean, my goodness, the amount of execution we've seen has been impressive too. Because some of these trick plays, like it just takes one little thing to go awry for the play to be a disaster. But we've seen them executed to perfection. Outside of the fake punt didn't work, but everything else has been great. And neither team has been able to separate from the other one. Just when it looks like someone's going to go in and take control, the other team responds. So this has been everything we had hoped it would be, and then some.
Going to be 4 wide to the open side of the field, but looking the opposite way. One-on-one coverage, overshooting Brady Hignight, his younger brother Carter. And that'll be the 3rd time tonight that the Hillsdale defense gets off the field on a 4th down.
Yeah, they've started to string together a couple defensive stops. Stopped them on 4th down last drive. They do it again here, forcing the turnover on downs. And I like the play call, 4th and 8. You know what? Let's just take a shot downfield. See if we can get it. They've converted a couple of those tonight.
Coverage on the play by Holland Young. Was with them stride for stride. The throw about 3 yards too far. Didn't give either player an opportunity to try to make a play on it. So the Falcons offense regains possession here from their own 36.
They've got 2 timeouts to work with as well, too. So plenty of time here with 4:11, and with the way that they've been able to score on one play. They got time for a couple different plays here if they want.
Keep it on the ground to start things off. This is Sloan. 2 hands on the football into the teeth of the defense. 4 Bulldogs converge to make the stop.
Sloan gets 4 on the play. His longest run of the night, that 22-yard run that started inside their own 5. Almost went for 95 yards. He had a 31-yard run called back for a holding.
Near side, Sloan again. Not much of a window, but he squirts through for a gain of 2. And we've rarely seen the Falcons face 3rd down so far in this contest. They've been so great on 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, this is a better situation that they want to be in on 3rd down, though. They've had a couple 3rd and 14s, which surprisingly, though, have actually worked out well enough for them. They had a 3rd and 14 go for, I believe, a touchdown, and then the other 3rd and 14, they ran it for 10, got the 4th down conversion because of an offsides. It's actually 3rd and 2, excuse me.
They'll whip it out for Brock Bauer. And here's Bauer bursting into the dog side of the turf. Home and Kitchen Supply, 1st down for the Falcons.
First catch of the night for Bauer. Gets the defender to take the bad angle, juked him out. Gets it into Dalton territory, keeps the drive moving.
9th catch of the season for Brock, approaching 200 yards.
I can't wait to add up the stats at halftime just to see how evenly matched this has been on paper as well, too, because these teams have just mirrored each other so much tonight.
Straight back to pass. Lewis finds a window, and it's Hayden McFadden with the snag, and he reaches out to the 31-yard line. It's another Home and Kitchen Supply first down.
That was a confident throw by Lewis there. That's exactly what you want to see. He threw the pick on the last drive in the end zone. That was a smart throw there. Zipped it in there. Picks up the first down.
32 for the Falcons.
Clock spinning down to the 2-minute mark here. As the heat comes up the middle, it's into coverage. Broken up. Alex Hess got a paw on it.
Well, right after complimented the great decision-making in that throw, although that was right in his receiver's hands. So not a bad throw, but into some heavy traffic. Thought he was going to go underneath on the outside route there, but in and out of the hands of Holland Young. He looked around as if to say, like, how did I not catch that?
He's been the favorite target, the most receptions on the club so far this season. Over 300 yards for him on the year. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after the drop. And a quick throw. And Young makes up for it here as he spurts through down to the, 14-yard line. 18-yard gain.
Yeah, you think he wanted to make up for that last drop there? Able to corral that one in. Take it for 18 yards.
And then did a little bit of gymnastics on his back there. Maybe some yoga. It was kind of warm out today. Don't want to get those second-half cramps in.
No. Saw a lot of cramping last week.
Quick pitch and catch. Inside the 10, McFadden with the snag.
Yeah, just a simple throw here. Again, the soft coverage. They're just trying to keep everything in front of them here down by the goal line. They'll give up those 4-yard pass plays.
Lewis starting to get into a rhythm. Falcons looking to take their first lead. Sloan barrels through the middle and just blasts his way down to the 5.
Yeah, just a simple run up the middle. Great blocking. Again, lowering the shoulder. He is so tough to bring down. You see him just dragging defenders. And Hillsdale wisely here taking their time. You don't want to leave Dalton any time on the clock here. They have 2 timeouts still. Dalton's got all 3 of theirs, so you want to work that clock as much as you can.
They can pick up the first down inside the 4-yard line.
I don't think he got it here, though.
Definitely didn't. Sloan whirls and then gets grasped. Taken down basically at the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what they do here. It looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. A.J. Brown, their kicker, is 15 of 16 for extra points, but I don't believe he's attempted a field goal yet this year.
We saw him pregame. He was booming them from about 50, though. He's got the leg.
I think they might just try to get him to jump and take a timeout and figure out what they want to do here.
Will be a Falcons TO as Lewis and the offense come over to the sideline to see what Coach Klein has designed here for this 4th down play. And the way these offensives have been going, I think I'm super happy with either decision to try to put 3 on the board and take your first lead, or roll the dice offensively and throw one to the end zone.
Yeah, you do get the ball to start the second half, so I might be opting to try and take the points with the field goal. From where they're at, it would be about, 22-yarder?
Yeah, it's more or less an extra point, about 5 yards longer. So it'd be a relatively easy field goal.
But again, it's one of those things where, do you think a field goal is going to be enough? I mean, later in the game, perhaps, but right now, I do think they are actually going to attempt the field goal here.
And I got to imagine if we had an opportunity to talk to Coach Klein, the fact that they are getting the football first in that third quarter, probably weighing a heavy factor right now in this decision.
So it will be A.J. Brown to try and give Hillsdale its first lead of the night. I think we're putting more time on the clock.
Showing 15.5 ticks right now.
Correction on the field. Dalton was charged with that timeout.
So Dalton took the timeout, not Hillsdale. So now each team with 2 remaining.
And with such little time, not sure that that really matters a whole lot right now. Trevor was just saying, hey, that wasn't me.
Yeah. I mean, we're sitting like somewhat next to the clock operator. I thought they were yelling at us for a second.
24-yard attempts. The hold is good.
He did not
but
make
the
it.
Kick is wide right.
Wow.
Surprising miss as Brock Bauer got it down.
A good snap, good hold. He just missed it.
So Brown's first attempt of the season ends up becoming a misfire, and that'll give the Bulldogs the ball back with just 10 seconds remaining.
Be shocked if they run anything here. This is probably just going to be a kneel down and get us to the break, all knotted up at 21. So what a start we had. Defenses sort of reigned there in the second quarter. We only had 1 touchdown here in this quarter.
35 combined points in the first, 21 of those belonging to the Dogs, but they'll get shut out here in quarter number 2 as Hignight takes the knee. And that will take us into the break, all square at 21 apiece. Stick around. When we return, we will have your halftime reports brought to you by Sloan Concrete that will include performances by each of the marching bands. Plus, we'll get you all set for an exciting second half of football live and free here from Jeromesville. We'll be right back after a quick commercial timeout.
We all need help sometimes dealing with everything life throws at us. As outdoorsmen, spending time in nature, hunting, fishing, and cooking with the buddies we love are great ways to reset and decompress. Man Therapy is a platform designed for men, by men, to help us sort through stress, anxiety, depression, or any other puzzles we're dealing with. Get a rundown of how you excel and where you can improve your mental health by taking Man Therapy's 20-point head inspection. It's free, it's anonymous, and it could be your first step towards becoming a happier, healthier man. Learn more at mantherapy.org.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more. Every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Our final song of the 1990s defined a generation. It brought the Seattle music scene into the spotlight and launched the career of Kurt Cobain and the band Nirvana. The musical landscape was forever changed as grunge music swept the country and eventually the world by storm. Featuring our Dalton High School drumline, the Bulldog Marching Band will transport you back to 1991 to experience one of the most popular songs of all time. Here is Smells Like Teen Spirit. By Dalton High School, the Bulldog Marching Band. Mr. Kaiserman and the band would like to thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and remember, go Bulldogs!
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the 2024 Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band. Tonight we are bringing you music from the punk rock world. First up tonight, we bring you a song from one of the most iconic punk bands for the 90s and 2000s. Since this song's release in 2009, it has been used in football stadiums, video games, and TV shows around the world. The first song to top the rock songs, alternative songs, and mainstream rock tracks Billboard charts at the same time, here is Green Day's Know Your Enemy. This next song is a Blink-182 single that was released to radio on September 28th of 1999 and promptly charted worldwide, becoming a #1 hit on Billboard's Modern Rock Track chart, remaining the band's most successful single and listed in the book of 1001 songs you must hear before you die. This is All the Small Things. song has been described as emo, pop punk, alternative rock, and hard rock. Guitarist Ray Toro describes this song as My Chemical Romance's Bohemian Rhapsody. Named one of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame songs that shaped rock and roll, featuring Jacob Gardner on bells, Allison Rush on trombone, and Julia Morowski on snare, here is Welcome to the Black Parade.
Her daughter's going on here.
This has been the 2024 Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band. The Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band thanks you for your encouragement of music education in your schools and schools around the nation. The Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band tonight is under the direction of Rachel Kelly, Flag Director, Elizabeth Terwilliger, Percussion Director, D.R. Huck, Assistant Band Director, and Alan Terwilliger as Head Band Director.
Excellent job to both bands tonight. At this time, bands coming off the field. At this time, walking out in front of us there on the sidelines, we would like to acknowledge and welcome the 2014 Wayne County League Athletic Championship team.
We all need help sometimes dealing with everything life throws at us. As outdoorsmen, spending time in nature, hunting, fishing, and cooking with the buddies we love are great ways to reset and decompress. Man Therapy is a platform designed for men, by men, to help us sort through stress, anxiety, depression, or any other puzzles we're dealing with. Get a rundown of how you excel and where you can improve your mental health by taking Man Therapy's 20-point head inspection. It's free, it's anonymous, and it could be your first step towards becoming a happier, healthier man. Learn more at mantherapy.org.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
We welcome you back for the Sloan Construction halftime show, where they've got all of the concrete services that you need, decorative and standard, since 2005. I'm Brian Skowronski, Andy Jardy, my sidekick here tonight for a big-time WCAL showdown. Two teams right now jockeying for position to try to jump into the driver's seat for the league title. And we are all square through 2 quarters of play. We anticipate a lot of offense tonight, Andy. We certainly got that. A lot of it coming in the first quarter before both teams kind of settled down a little bit, and we saw more of a defensive attitude take over in quarter 2.
Yeah, this was an explosive first half. This was, hey, let's pull out every trick play that we've got in the book and run it. Let's see what happens. 90% of the time they were successful. We had a fake punt that didn't work out, but you saw a hook and ladder go for a touchdown. You saw a wide receiver pass go for a touchdown, a flea flicker go for a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was incredible, the execution of these trick plays that we saw. And I was curious to see the numbers at the half, and they are about as close as I expected. I'm actually kind of surprised Dalton didn't have more total yards offensively. It felt like they did.
Yeah.
But they did have a shorter field to work with on one of their drives that they immediately scored on a 30-yard wide receiver touchdown pass. So, yeah, the Falcons' offense, I mean, we knew they were good. You could argue about their strength of opponents so far. Maybe the numbers were a little bit inflated, but I think the Falcons' offense is legit. They're the real deal. They can put up points from anywhere on the field. They had a drive start inside their own 5 that they ended up scoring on. So this has been as evenly contested of a game as we had expected.
Yeah, both of these teams, such a big-time contest for them, with Dalton, the defending WCAL champions. We saw the last team to win the league title honored here at halftime for Hillsdale, 2014. So it's been a decade, Andy, and Hillsdale's been like kind of the bridesmaid, if you will, the runner-up on a few occasions, as we get a short kickoff to start things out. And the Falcons will have it at the 34-yard line after Holland Young brings that one in. But it's been quite a while for them, and I know Coach Klein, even though they've had to fill in some shoes, some departed big-time players like a Jack Fickus at the quarterback spot. You know, certainly we had a couple of tailbacks lost to graduation as well. He was really high on the skill guys they have this season, and you see why so far through the first 4 weeks and certainly the first couple of quarters tonight.
Yeah, I mean, these offenses have been unstoppable so far tonight. Things settled down a bit there in the second quarter, but yeah, I mean, either one of these coaches has got to love what they've seen out of their offenses, and we saw Sloan with a couple big plays in that first half and gets bottled up here on the first run.
No breathing room whatsoever as he runs into a pack of dogs right there at the line of scrimmage. And Matthew Heatwell, he has been incredibly active from that linebacker role as he was a season ago too. So one of those veterans I think they knew that they can lean on here defensively for Ray Leak. First year coming into the program, replacing Brock Dial. Things off to a nice start so far for the Dogs.
Yeah, him and Hess have been calling their names out a lot here for the Bulldogs defensively. There's another run that goes nowhere.
Such a rarity for the Falcons so far this year, as well as Bauer just gets gripped in the backfield, dropped for a 2-yard loss. Minus plays have been something they haven't dealt a whole lot with so far this season. They've ran it very effectively. We talked about Owen Sloan in the pregame show. 10.5 yards per carry coming into tonight. But just nothing doing those first couple of carries, bringing up a 3rd down and long. Falcons will need 12. They'll clear it out. McFadden shuffles by one defender. Can't get by the arm tackle. Well done to get that trip up. Looked like Connor Morey, who was being blocked. If not for that, McFadden might have been able to pick up the first down. Watch this awesome tackle.
Yeah, wide receiver screen there that they tried. You usually see those kinds of screens on 3rd and longs like that with the defense playing back. But nice job by the Bulldog defense there, keeping everything in front of them, getting in there, forcing a 3-and-out here on the opening drive.
The only time the Falcons lined up to punt in the first half, they faked it, did not convert. McFadden will boom this one. It takes a fortuitous hop and will roll to a dead stop at the 12. Beautiful. A skyscraping punt here by Hayden McFadden.
Absolutely. They let it bounce. Lost about 20 yards on that by not just catching it.
Couple scores from around the WCAL. Let's see. Just had them at my fingertips. Smithville on top of Waynedale, 13-7 right now at the half.
All right.
Should have said a couple. That's the only one I got. But I can tell you from around the OH.REPORT family, huge score right now over at Northmore as the Golden Knights lead Danville 34-0. And we might get some points right here. How about this one? Breaking to the outside. Big run for Jackson Ryder.
How? How did he do that?
Let's show you right here on the 89 Homes instant replay.
I mean, I thought for sure the play was done for. I was starting to mark it down, and instead, number 25 takes it for 25. Yeah, if you listen closely, you can hear Travis just
grinning ear to ear.
Yes.
The Cary Blue Devils up 24-21 on Seneca East, the defending N10 champs for the last 3 seasons. Maybe a busted play right here. Hignight, I feel like thought Sammy Tomlinson was going to come in motion. He never did make his march.
Yeah, it didn't. That play didn't look natural. Looked like there might have been some confusion there. He's like looking for Tomlinson to do something. Tomlinson wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do or what. So Hignight keeps it and he'll pick up 2. And as good as this game has been, Brian, we were also just served the best halftime show by the marching bands. My 90s and punk heart were very warmed by the performances. Had some Offspring, Green Day, My Chemical Romance. You were singing along. If only our mics were on for halftime.
I know. Yeah, you could probably hear us singing in the backdrop over here, being a part of the bands in some way. Yeah, it certainly had some very Jardy flavors.
Oh, the Jardy jams were out, absolutely.
You know, perhaps they saw that you were on the docket to be here tonight. And the band directors were like, you know what, let's put on a show for the Jardo.
And they did. We're getting a show from these 2 teams tonight, too. This has been an incredible game. Shaping up to, feels like whoever might have the ball last is going to end up winning this thing.
And Ryder, too, starting to catch a little bit of his momentum in the second half. That's second carry to go for first down yardage.
Yeah, he only had 28 yards in the first half, and he's already up to 33.
How about that shuffle step to the side to avoid the contact, and he'll slip out far side and maneuvers for another home and kitchen supply first down.
Yeah, this was something we did not see in the first half, where the running game's really being a factor. But the great start here on this second half. Ryder, big runs each time on his last, well, all three of his carries here in the second half.
And when the Falcons have shown blitz, they have brought it so far tonight. They got there. Just a great shuffle move to the left side for Jackson Ryder to rip off another big run. This time right into the grip, though, of the Falcons' second level. A couple of linebackers getting in there for the stop.
They had enough of him, finally. Get in there for a stop. Looks like Aiden Hoffman was the first one to get in there.
Still picks up one.
This might be a time we see if they take a shot downfield after a couple runs.
Carter rolls near side, and he'll connect Alex Hess on the run, and he's forced out of bounds. About 2 yards shy of what they need.
I believe that's the first catch of the night for Hess.
Nice play action waggle to get him to the perimeter. And love what we've seen so far tonight when Carter has been on the move.
Yeah.
Hignight's done some of his best work. Stutter stepped, now breaking back inside. Muscling for extra yardage and a first down. That's Ryder yet again.
Yeah, he has been the workhorse on this drive. 4 first downs by the Bulldogs here to open their second half. All of them coming from Mr. Ryder. Just finding a way to get through those defenders. So they're knocking on the door of the red zone.
Another straight give left side.
Oh my.
Not sure how he escaped through that little crease. But Ryder yet again picks up a home and kitchen supply first down right around a 17-yard game when it looked like he was going to be stopped dead to rights right here.
I mean, what? How is he able to get through? It's like they just lost sight of him in there. He's only 5'10", 190.
A stout 110, but bricked down to the earth right here as Critchbaum gets loose and makes a stop in the backfield.
But Critchbaum has got the size, does he not? He is a giant out there. Gets in, he just brought him down with one arm. What do they have him listed at?
6'6", 215.
6'6", 215.
It's a lot of high school mammoth man out there. Carter to the perimeter, and he'll be flushed out of bounds. Hoffman on the chase.
Great job by the Falcons there. Great pursuit. Not letting Hignight get out there. Great coverage. It's tough to run your offense sometimes when you get down close to the goal line. The field gets a whole lot smaller, especially on those rollout plays. You're cutting the field in half.
The ball on the left hash. They'll stack through. Receivers over there. One-on-one Brady Hignight over on the opposite side. That's exactly where Carter's going to look. Critchbaum is there, and he's going to be forced out of the pocket and dropped down for the sack. It's Aiden Hoffman.
Well, we've seen Hoffman now. He's had a couple plays on this drive where he's gotten in there. Been a disruption, and here he is. Great pursuit. Him and Bauer not letting Hignight do anything. And will we see a field goal attempt here on the other side? It looks like that's what we're going to get. We had a missed field goal by Hillsdale right before the half.
The Hignight brothers in there. Brady's going to kick. Carter to hold. And this is a 26-yarder that is boomed through. So just about at the midway point here of quarter number 3, the Bulldogs get on the board. 24-21, they lead it on that kick from Brady Hignight. Just a fun night of high school football. Several big contests going down in our area tonight. This one, Andy and I both felt like could be the game of the night. Certainly on paper it was coming into this. Dalton, the defending kings of the WCAL. Hillsdale, the only undefeated remaining within the conference this season. And the game has lived up to the billing so far through 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, and this is a series that Dalton has had their way with recently, winning 7 of the last 10.
Yeah.
They won last year 50-7.
That was a rough
one.
one.
So a lot better of a game this year. Hillsdale did win here in 2022, so they know how to get the job done at home recently. And still in this game, Hillsdale has yet to lead. They had a chance with that field goal right before the half that they missed, and once again find themselves trailing, which anytime they've trailed tonight, they have found a way to score. So we'll see if that's what happens for their offense now.
Lewis in the offense, 3 and out the first time they had the football to start things off here in the third quarter.
That was a big stand, though, by the Falcons defense, too, holding Dalton to 3 there. That looked like a drive that was just going to end in the end zone with the way they were picking up yardage on the ground. But great bend but don't break defense. They're holding them to 3.
Sloan to the left hip. He'll stay in and block. Here's McFadden on the flare out. And here's Hayden McFadden. He's a burner, folks. Down to about the 32-yard line. Huge first down for the Falcons to start things off.
That'll do. That'll get some right into Bulldog territory. And this is where we saw a lot of success in the first half, was through the air. McFadden. Nice yak after the reception.
And what's really opened things up for Owen Sloan throughout the course of this season in the running lanes are those quick pitching catches when Kel Lewis gets into a groove and he's able to connect on those. Simple pass, and they'll go with one again right here. Nice lick taken by Holland Young, but he's got another catch.
Yeah, he certainly paid the price for that reception there. Nice concentration to hold on to this. Looked like the throw was a little bit behind him, but able to hang on to it. Gets thrown to the turf.
That was Hignight with a crunching tackle as he just clutched him and drove him into the ground. 9-yard pickup, though, makes it 2nd and short. 9 men in the box right here for the Dogs. They'll keep it on the ground anyways. Sloan cannot slither loose.
I think he's got enough for a first down, though. No. It's going to be a little bit short.
Watch this play by Jackson Ryder just to escape through the block and go down low to snatch him by the right ankle. So it will be 3rd down short. Nothing gained that time by Sloan. See what Coach Klein elects to do here. They'll roll the pocket out to the right, the throw on the run, and the connection. First down, Knox Lewis with the snag.
Yeah, that's Lewis squared on the connection there. First catch of the night for Knox Lewis. It's a big first down. Gets them into the red zone.
And just lobs right over the defense. Good looking toss that time by Cale Lewis. Kel's been sharp with the exception of the one interception he threw in the end zone back in the second quarter.
Yeah, he was 8 of 11 in that first quarter with 3 touchdowns, 4 of 4 here in the second half.
They'll fake it to Sloan, the quick pitch and catch, reaching for the end zone. Is he in there? Haven's going to be just shy. So Jack Haven picks up the first down and, boy, about the nose of a football short of being 6.
Yeah, he was right there. Just couldn't get extended. Great gang tackling there by the Bulldogs. as they will try to keep them to a field goal attempt.
Brady Hignight's an excellent basketball player. These last couple of drives, it feels like he's got a wrestling background.
Yeah.
The way he's been getting lower than the opponent, driving him to the ground, but it's the Falcons. Right here outside the door, we'll see if they can kick it in and take the lead for the first time. Sloan brought down shy.
He did not get in. Sloan has 3 carries, 0 yards here in the second half. Thought for a second, too, he almost lost that ball trying to reach for the end zone. We've got an official timeout. Looks like a Bulldog is down. Can't quite make out the number.
That's why they tend to the injured player. Take a look into our comments section. Say what's up to the 208 of you watching right now on our YouTube channel 1. Damie Lillard says number 26 is the best player on the field tonight. Well, the numbers don't back that up, at least on this drive so far, Andy.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for Sloan here in this second half. Still looking to break one loose. He had a couple nice runs in that first half. He had a big run called back for a hold.
Yeah.
He had 11 carries, 55 yards in that first half. And he did, though, I should say, he had the big touchdown reception on the hook and ladder. Can't count that out, the 80-yard run. Basically a run for him. He didn't do the catch. He caught the pitch to him.
And had the afterburners turned on high volume. Doug Schimberger says, let's go Falcons, beat those Bulldogs. As Andy was discussing, that's been a rarity here as of late. Got the win here at home the last time that they played here in Jeromesville. Other than that, it's been a lot of Bulldog W's landing in that victory column. So this would be a big one here tonight for the Falcons, and certainly we've talked a lot about the WCAL and what that means in terms of the conference ratings, and a lot of what's ahead for Dalton, we'll show you real quick for the schedule, is coming up right here and now. So Hillsdale tonight on the road. They'll get Northwestern. And then at Rittman versus Norwayne in back-to-back weeks to start off October. Really tough beginning to the start of the WCAL season, and 3-0 Smithville last week, their opponent.
Yeah, they had no issues with Smithville last week, too. And this is a Dalton team. I mean, that loss to Kirtland is as good of a loss as you can have. I mean, they put up 34 points. I think that was the most Kirtland had allowed in like a decade or 20 years or something was the stat that I saw.
Insane.
Yeah, it's incredible. So that is not a bad loss by any stretch, and all it does is get you prepared for conference play the rest of the way. And since then, their defense has been much better. Tonight, obviously, has been a bit of a shootout. This game had all sorts of fireworks early on. They're trying to keep Hillsdale out of the end zone here.
And for the Falcons, wins over Black River at home. That was the only game to kick things off in week 1. 3 straight away from the friendly confines, but you see those scores. Lucas, of course, maybe not the Cubs that we've known over the last 15 years under Scott Spittler, but still a quality football team. Absolutely thrashed Loudonville and Chippewa last week, as we discussed, one of the biggest outputs for this Falcons program in quite some time.
Yeah, and this is their first real test here tonight, and that's what we were most interested about with this game too, because you look at that schedule, it's not a great schedule that they've played so far, so you were wondering, are these numbers inflated? Is the offense this good, seeing that they're averaging over 58 points a game those first 4 weeks? But they have proven that they are legit. I mean, they put up 21 here in a flurry early on in this one. This is a Hillsdale team that could be right there trying to get a share, at least a share, of the Wayne County Athletic League. They haven't done that since 2014. This is a team that looks like they could do it. I mean, the offense is there. Defense has made some big stands. We'll see what they do here. If they score a touchdown, take their first lead of the game. But this is going to be an interesting race. It's the Wayne County Athletic League is sneaky good. I don't even know if it's sneaky good. I think it might just be good.
Speaking of sneaky good, how about this dude? Room to the outside, and for the first time tonight, the Falcons will enjoy the top spot on the scoreboard.
Best player on the field, right, is what somebody commented.
That's what I heard.
Hard to argue that. His second touchdown of the night. His first one rushing. Just gets to the outside and gives the Falcons their first lead of the game.
Oswald was there setting the edge as well, able to throw a stiff arm, and then Sloan, as we have seen so much this season, I mean, he can just blast and jive past defenders as he dashes into the end zone here. Fourth Falcons touchdown of the night.
And we are seeing the cramping start to come into play here.
Temperatures in the mid-80s during the day down here in north central Ohio today. It was a beautiful sunshiny one, and we've talked about just how consistent Mother Nature has been with us over these last 2 weeks. Very un-Ohio-like when you look at the weather forecast, and it looks like San Diego up there. I mean, mid-80s every day?
Yeah, it's been wild. Like, every day just waking up, and it's been like the exact same thing every day. It's like, oh, I can leave, you know, the windows open. I don't have to worry about any rain or anything like that. It's just been consistent. We need some rain, though. I mean, I think the last time it rained was week 3 of the high school football season, that Friday night where just about every game was impacted by the weather. But since then, it has been quite a drought here.
Grayson Alice, the cramping player for the Falcons, is up. He is fine, walking over to the sideline, getting some fluids, and gets a big tap on the noggin, some love from his quarterback, Cale Lewis, who has helped lead the Falcons into the lead.
See how this extra point attempt goes here for AJ. He missed that field goal right before the half. You know, he's probably anxious to get back out there and see one go through to get back on track. He's only missed 1 extra point this year.
So the kick is up, and it is good. 28-24 off this Owen Sloan touchdown run. Falcons on top for the first time. After the Hillsdale touchdown, 3:28 remains here in quarter number 3. Falcons on top, 28-24. I'm Brian Skowronski, Andy Jardy with me here tonight. Highly anticipated WCAL game. It's gone back and forth. You mentioned on a couple of occasions you thought the first team to open up a 2-score differential would likely be the victor tonight.
I did.
Has not happened, though.
It has not. We've yet to see a team get up by more than 7. Well, that almost took one of the craziest bounces ever. Fortunate for Dalton that went into the end zone.
Let's check this out one more time. This was almost like the Bojorquez punt in Jacksonville.
Look at this.
Zoop.
Wow.
Tried to take a left-hand turn.
Gage Stitt turned around and was like, uh-oh.
80 yards of greenery in between the Dalton offense and taking the lead back. Carter Hignight, sophomore quarterback, has captained the ship well, but he runs into some trouble here, and by trouble, I mean Trevor Rubenholt.
I think that was Lincoln Jones that got in there. There were 2 guys in there.
Yeah, I think that's Jones, excuse me. So Jones popped him in the backfield, 3-yard loss on the play. Looked like that was designed to be a quarterback draw.
Yeah, it's what it looked like to be, and Hillsdale ready for it.
Off the throw, going deep, got a man winger. somehow got beyond McFadden. Hayden on the chase, rips him down, but not until he gets to the 17-yard line. Huge pitching catch here. Wenger's down right now, shaken up after the tackle, but look at this.
And just your casual 66-yard completion. After it kind of felt like this game was in a bit of a lull, just in terms of overall atmosphere. I mean, that first quarter was just so explosive that the game couldn't quite keep up with itself. But
yeah, 3 injuries now, I think, over the last 5 plays.
Yeah, there's been a lot of kids going down, I think, with cramps is what we've seen.
We'll show you that whole play from the very start coming up here in a moment. As Wenger down on the sideline, being tended to by the medical staff for both sides.
Yeah, he's well over 100 yards receiving on the night. That was his 7th catch, and he is now up to 162, including a touchdown from 30 yards.
Pressure coming. Carter just steps into it. And we've seen Wenger has been a game breaker, averaging 21.3 yards per reception heading into tonight. And might have even extended that to higher numbers.
Let's see. His average tonight is 23.1 per catch. Good to see him up and jogging away.
Yeah, he's an exceptional talent. 6 foot, $185.
Drink your water, kids.
And pickle juice, of course.
Yep.
That's the go-to for few schools in and around our area. I know the Galleon Tigers, they have some moms come into the lunchroom on Friday mornings, and they make sure it's like, taking your medicine, Andy. Everyone's got to come in and get their cup full of pickle juice to start off your Friday.
And it's not just day of. You have to do it all week to get yourself ready. Don't just, chug water before the game and think that's going to solve your problems.
Dr. Jardy here with all you need to know to avoid the cramping.
Oh, I'm not a doctor.
Just plays one on OH Report. Again, it looks like this is designed for Hignight to try to get his legs involved. Falcons clamp down after pickup of 4 on the game. There's the clock winding now, under 2 minutes to play here before we would reach 4th quarter action. And just outside the door, Hignight, the hesitation, kept his feet and he's in there. 13-yard touchdown run. And I think he just kind of rocked everybody to sleep.
I'm going to have to see this one again because I thought he had a clear path to the end zone and then he cut back into where everybody was. I need to see this again.
Just like rockabye defense.
I have no idea how he did that. He's a cheat code. It's as simple as that. The moves he's made tonight, the way he has made defenders miss, has just been something else.
He certainly had set Aiden Hoffman on his keister. We'll slow it down for you this time, Andy, on the move.
Where does he go here? He cuts back.
Whoop!
And then he
wow.
He broke 3 defenders' ankles. That's incredible.
Yeah, I thought that he slowed down and everyone just ran past him. Did not realize that he was able to stick that right foot in the ground and just allow everyone to topple over themselves.
I mean,
that was pretty special.
Wow.
How about let's see that one more time.
Can we see that again?
Of course we can.
I mean, I didn't know his favorite game was dominoes, but he got them all to fall over in unison here. Look at this. Just one,
boing, boing,
there they
boing.
all go. Wow. Well, that lead was short-lived for Hillsdale.
The seesaw battle continues.
That missed field goal before the half looming large.
That right now the difference in the game. As Hignight, again with a little pooch kick right up the middle. And Brady Kirchbaum brings it in. So clearly, special teams-wise, just not really willing to give Sloan or Hayden McFadden an opportunity to try to break off some type of big return. They've been content, giving them pretty solid field position all night.
Yeah, we've seen some short kicks tonight. Given the team's good field position, which led to all those points we saw in the first quarter. This is such an important drive here now for the Falcons, because you're getting into the fourth quarter here soon. You don't want to fall behind by more than a possession.
Another look on the 89 Homes replay. Nice side shuffle, slips by the first defender, but then there's a whole second wave waiting on him as Young just gets planted. Gage Stitt and company in there to make the stop.
Did somehow manage to get a yard on that play. I thought he lost a few.
Lewis back to pass, clean pocket. Darting up. Stitt makes some contact.
I thought Stitt was going to read that perfectly and come away with the interception.
Strong hands here for Young. Back-to-back receptions for Holland. And timing that up perfectly was Stitt. You're right. It looked like he had a better beat on it than maybe even the receptor.
I saw him closing in quickly, but a nice catch there. 3rd and short. Potentially the final play here of the third quarter.
Play clock down to 5. Lewins motions to take the snap, and he'll give it to Sloan. And just paraded on in the backfield.
Yeah, they just weren't quite sure what to do on this read. Dalton was all over it. Just nowhere to go. Bulldogs ready for it as they get fired up here going into the fourth quarter.
3 in the books, folks. 3-point game. Falcons with a decision to make. 4th down when we come back.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
It is money time here in Jeromesville. The fourth quarter has arrived, as has a 4th down for the Falcons offense. 4 yards short. So 4s are wild out here. And so is the coaching staff. They're going to keep the offense out on the field. Brian Skowronski, Andy Jardy with you here for this huge play. Big matchup. A lot riding on this one right here.
Yeah, this is a rolling the dice for sure. Oh, they got him to jump. Oh, my goodness. We see it again on a 4th and 4.
That was Caden Russell. You saw him smacking himself in the head. He cannot believe that he bid on the hard count. And you're absolutely right. That's the second time that we've seen that on a 4th down where the Falcons awarded a 1st down.
We're going to see that. Was he drawn off? Nope. Wow. I saw that multiple times last night. Medina Brunswick, seeing it twice now here tonight. That is a huge penalty to keep this drive alive.
It's a home and kitchen supply 1st down for the Falcons via the offsides. And I think as well that Hayden McFadden perhaps thought the count was on 1 because he took off,
yes,
but it was like a quarter of a second after we saw Russell.
And that's just the first penalty here of the second half. It's been a clean game. Only the 3rd for Dalton tonight, but 2 of them have given them 1st downs.
Bauer in motion. Lewis, I think, wanted to go there with the first read.
We have multiple flags coming in. Right as I say, it's been a clean game. The officials remembered their quota.
Yeah, it's nearing the end of the month. So they're going to have to rack up these yards while they can. Hankies all over the place.
You know, they have such a difficult job. And it is, I don't know what level of the sport is most ruthless, honestly, to try and officiate. But this has been a well-officiated game tonight.
I would argue at the high school level that you're probably hearing a lot of the direct comments coming your way. So you might have to have a little bit thicker skin to do it at the prep level than you would at college, and certainly the NFL. Lewis loads up, trying to drop a dime in the bucket, and it's undercut.
But he came away with it. Wow. That was an interception all the way, but Holland Young pulled it away on the way down to maintain possession. This was a pick, Brian.
Gabe Clark had it in his clutches, Andy, and I'm not sure how, but the tie definitely goes to the runner. The battle comes out with number 2. One of the biggest plays of the night. 30-yard connection.
It's been that kind of game, Brian.
So the sleight of hand on the I got to run that back just one more time for you guys.
Absolutely.
As we get Young here with the catch, slow it down at the end. So obviously, I mean, this is picked by Gabe Clark, but rolling underneath and just snatching the ball right out of the clutches of disaster if you're a Falcon fan.
Wow. I mean, we have seen just incredible playmaking from these two schools tonight. And this is a drive, too. You know, Dalton had 4th and 4, jumped off sides.
Pressure coming. Lewis steps up, and he'll be brought down by Mitch Reynolds. Excuse me. It's Jackson Ryder who got to him.
Yeah, that was a great job by Ryder. Lewis had a lot of green in front of him if he was able to escape from that. Unable to. Steps up. Yeah, he had some room to the outside there. It's a big-time tackle. No gain?
Yeah, got him right back at the line of scrimmage. We'll make this a 3rd down and 7. Just on the outskirts of the red zone. Lewis looking right all the way. And he'll zip one in there. It's Holland Young again. Slung to the turf. 1st and goal on the way here for the Hillsdale Falcons.
Holland Young is just racking up the receptions now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this half. He only had 2 in the first half. He's been the go-to guy. Lewis has not thrown an incomplete pass here in the second half either.
21 grabs on the season now for Young. Getting closer to 400 yards on the year. As it's 1st and goal set up from the 7-yard line.
I think this is Sloan time.
Owen with a little burst. Stutter step back inside. And he'll pick up 3.
Thought for a second he had enough of a hole to get there. Gets to the outside. Shuffles those feet. And boom, right here. It looked like he had it.
Matthew Heatwell, we've seen him on both sides come in.
Yeah.
Hillsdale again will motion both Haven and Lewis to the right side. They'll run Sloan that way. Dips his shoulder. And he'll get clocked just shy of the goal line.
Oh, I keep feeding the big fella here. You've got 2 plays to get a yard.
And we've seen Coach Klein. He's loved that down here in the red zone. Get the 2 big tight ends moving from left to right. Kind of tips your hand if you're playing manner zone as well. Nobody motions over for the Dogs, so it was unbalanced on that right side. But Sloan hit about a half football length away. See if he'll finish it off here. Sloan slips into the zone. Falcons take command yet again.
Back and forth we go, Brian. Back and forth we go. Great play calling down there by the goal line. Just give it to the big fella. Don't overthink it. Don't get too cute with it. Go get us a couple yards. You got 4 plays to do it. Took him 3. they've got the lead.
They bring the left tackle on the move. That's Garrett Furr. Able to pick up the block. Sloan does the rest. In there for another score. PAT is pure. And with 8:18 remaining here in the contest, Hillsdale strikes again. 4-point cushion, 35-31.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
The pendulum of momentum continues to swing back and forth. Right now, it's favoring the side of the home team as the Falcons have regained the edge, on top by 4. But still lots of time remaining here for the Dalton Bulldogs on the road.
A lot of time remaining. They've been able to score quickly. Each team has all 3 timeouts. But boy, oh boy, if Dalton does not find a way to win this game, the 4th and 4 jumping off sides is going to be a play that they're going to look back at. As they try the reverse again on the kickoff return.
And to much avail as well as Tomlinson, able to read a couple of blocks. And he'll catch just enough of the edge to get out near the 39-yard line.
And if I'm not mistaken, Brian, when they jumped off sides in the first half too on a 4th and 4, Hillsdale turned that into a touchdown, I think, as well.
Correct.
So both of those penalties, 5-yard penalties on 4th and 4s, kept drives alive, led to Hillsdale points. But a lot of time left. Just something that might be a big factor in this one.
Hignight spent about 4 seconds in the pocket.
I think we're going to get a hold, too. A late flag came in.
Obviously, he had plenty of time. Just didn't see anything developing downfield. And it is going to be a holding penalty here against the Dogs. See if we can identify it.
I think they said on 52.
Tough to tell there on the 89 Homes replay.
First and 20 for the Bulldogs.
If it was 52, that's Trenton Hurt, the senior, 6'7", 215.
So it'll back him up. First down and 10. Hignight going to be wrestled down to the turf. Nowhere to go. Lincoln Jones sneaking into the backfield.
Backed up even more after the penalty. It was 1st and 20, now 2nd and 25. They lose 5 on the play. Not the direction they want to be going here on this drive, trailing.
Falcons defense looking to take a stand here late in the game. Pressure coming, uncorked deep, and it's about a yard too far for Wenger.
If he had no time to throw that, he took a hit as soon as he let go of that. The pressure could not have come at a better time for Hillsdale there, because if he had any more time to throw that ball, it's probably a touchdown.
And Carter's a tough kid. I was keeping an eye on him. You're right after the contact, and he popped up.
Yep.
After just getting sledged to the turf. 3rd and a mile over the top. Little contact. Was anticipating a penalty flag. I don't think we're going to see one, Andy.
It was close. I thought they might throw one.
It's tight coverage on the play. I think it was Owen Sloan who slipped off into coverage. It was. And actually looked like minimal contact when you watch it for a second time.
Yeah, he just threw his arms up, and the throw was a little bit behind the intended receiver. And Dalton, again, they've been their own worst enemy tonight. That holding call really stalled the drive. Now they're punting it away. Hillsdale has a chance to maybe put this one away if they can find the end zone.
Haven't had a 2-score lead for either side.
Nope.
Talks about that at length so far here tonight and what a difference that might mean. So that momentum, the pendulum stays over on the side of the Falcons as they'll get the football back into the hands of an offense that has not thrown an incomplete pass in the second half.
Yeah, 10 of 10 so far here in the second half for Cale Lewis. It's still just amazing to me. Both these starting quarterbacks tonight are sophomores. You would not know it watching the way that they play, the confidence that they play with. Really impressive.
Could be Owen Sloan time. Forced to flare that one in the backfield. This instant pressure from Caden Russell. But just hit second gear, and when this boy puts that foot on the gas.
Yeah, look at him trying to get to the outside, and then he just, like, turns on to another gear, boosts ahead. A little slow to get up after that one. I think he was just trying to catch his breath more than anything.
He'll add 6 more to the total as the Falcons break the huddle. Only 12 showing now on the play clock.
Yeah, you don't want to snap the ball until you're 5 seconds at least on the play clock.
They trust in Sloan. Gets spun backwards, though, and look at that. 4 different white jerseys combined to all push him back. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Actually, they'll give him a gain of 1.
Yeah, forward progression here. He did get to the 45.
Solid leg drive that time to make it 2 yards necessary for the chain gang to be back on the move. Key play right here for the Falcons.
Don't be surprised if they go to a hard count here and try and get him to jump.
Able to get Russell last time. Instead, they'll just snap it on one, and it's Sloan slithering through, and he'll accelerate for another Falcon first down.
They actually went quick count. They got up to the line there, and they'd been letting the play clock run down, but this time they snapped it right away, maybe caught them off guard, and it's a big, big first down for the Hillsdale offense.
The clock, their biggest friend right now, as they'll continue to milk more of it. Play clock down to 5. Lewis again, hands straight off to Sloan, and he gets undercut. Upended immediately, and no surprise that it's Matthew Heatwell that's there to do it.
Be interesting to see when they decide to start using their timeouts. Sometimes you see it happen when you get a play like that on first down to make it second and long. Starting to get to an area where you're going to have to find a way to stop that clock here pretty soon.
As we mentioned, Lewis has been perfect in this second half. We'll see if they put it in his hands. Instead, they'll flip it to Young. To the perimeter. And nowhere to go after that.
And that is a pass. That little push forward.
I love how you were demonstrating for me, like the viewers could understand.
Well, you know, I did the same thing he did, just to, you know.
Maybe you could feel it out there on the YouTube.
I think they could.
They're like, okay, Andy, that makes sense. Sub 4 minutes now remaining here in money time. Big check looking to be cashed here by one of these two teams. Crucial third down. And with this formation, we've seen the Falcons keep it on the ground. Hard count, and they get him again.
Unbelievable.
And look at the emotion from Knox Lewis here. After they get set,
Yep.
3 dogs.
They got 3.
All jump.
That's the 3rd time tonight. This one doesn't give them a first down, but it makes this a lot more manageable of a 3rd down. And you know what else that does is it costs them more time.
Yeah, 25 more seconds put on that play clock.
And now, too, probably 4 down territory. Unless this goes for a big loss.
You certainly would expect it to be on the ground. It will not, though. As Lewis just going to slide, and there's that big loss, a flag in. It's behind the play.
Probably in the area of holding.
Garrett Furr is pointing at Dalton. Let's see.
Penalty on the play will go against Hillsdale.
It's actually going to be a hold against the Falcons. They'll decline. And Andy, I think that was a little bit of disaster for him. Goes for a 6-yard negative play.
I'm kind of surprised to see that they were going to throw it.
So what this does is it allows the Bulldogs to keep all their timeouts still in their back pocket. They've got the full allotment.
Actually, a little surprised they didn't use one right there. But they have been a quick strike offense, but I mean, they had 21 points in the first quarter. They've not really been able to get it going since then. Just 10 points after the first quarter, as Hillsdale will take a timeout now.
Damie Lillard says the Hillsdale quarterback has that Aaron Rodgers hard count.
Yes.
That's a good comparison for him here tonight. 3 times he's been able to get the Dogs to jump off their leash. A couple of scores around the OH Report family, 2 from the K-Mac. Centerburg all over Loudonville on their homecoming night. They'll spoil it.
That Centerburg
42-7.
score, that is, it's good to see if you're Centerburg, because they had such a tough loss last week that I was curious to see if that would, one loss would turn into 2 losses the next week. It's good to see that they bounced back. I know Loudonville's having a tough year, but that's a team that you're going on the road. You can't sleep on them, and they go and they've got themselves a nice lead.
But the biggest game in the K-Mac tonight is a final. Danville, the defending champions, stomp to the curb.
Yeah.
Running clock on the road at Northmore. The Golden Knights are the real deal, Andy, 5-0.
Yeah, and Centerburg had them right there on the ropes, too. So Northmore gets tested last week. They come away with the win. They go into their big rivalry game with Danville, and it is blowout city.
McFadden calls for the snap. He'll punt it, and the lefty end-over-end kick takes a Falcons hop, and this is going to be way backed up here for the Dogs when Hignight and company come out on the field. Excellent punt.
I believe it was Jim Tressel who used to say the punt was the most important play in football, and it's hard to argue with him after that, because they are now starting this drive at the 3.
I'm happy to argue with him, Andy.
With all 3 timeouts. 2:38 to go.
Big explosive plays can be quite special, too. We'll see if the Dogs still got some remaining in their bag of tricks. But they'll have 97 yards to cover to try to go down for the game-winning score. Lots of time, 3 timeouts, and a sophomore quarterback out of his own end zone. They'll call Carter right away.
Oh, my.
And look at this.
Oh, my.
Carter Hignight to the 35. He'll do 32 yards to start things off.
Well, that'll help the cause. It's just a simple design run. He just found the hole, got through it, and now they've got plenty of breathing room all the way out to the 35.
Clock spins, 2:20 as he takes the snap. Looking left, now back middle. And he'll get chased down in the backfield. Brought down by a pair of Falcons, including Critchbaum.
I would almost think about using a timeout here just to give your quarterback a breather. He had a big 32-yard run. Now he takes a sack there. You're under 2 minutes, clock continuing to run. I might think about taking a timeout just to slow everyone down and everyone get a chance to catch their breath.
Lincoln Jones in on the stop as well. Hignight, quick throw. Wenger down to the ground, and he'll make a diving reception.
just a little bit short of the first down.
Third down 2, Hignight. Wasting little time. Here's Carter rolling left.
Oh.
Looking to go deep over the top of the defense. Got Big Bro, but he can't handle it.
And we've got somebody down
I think
for
it's
Hillsdale,
Jones.
and it did not look good. He got rolled up. Oh gosh.
This
Do not run that replay again, please. I hope he's okay.
And then at the end of the play, Hignight had a chance for a game-breaking reception as he got behind the defender, but just could not squeeze it.
Oh, God. I hope he's okay.
Let's see, the injured Falcon. Trying to take a look here. It might be Critchbaum. Yeah, it is Brady. And it looks like the left leg just bends in a direction that it's not supposed to. And he has been such a disruptor defensively for this team. I mean, that's going to be a huge loss if this is a devastating injury.
He's sitting up now.
And sometimes these things, they'll look really bad,
Yes,
but
I'm hoping that's the case. Judging by the way that they're sort of... Yeah, I think he's going to be able to get up here. Oh,
So-
thank God.
yeah, I feel a little bit better. All right, I'm going to run this replay one more time so you guys can see.
Dear God.
I mean, that looks pretty nasty.
Oh, God.
You almost felt like, oh, man, could be a broken leg
That
or
looked
ACL,
like
MCL, both.
That looked like nothing good could come out of that, and thank God he's up walking. Appears to be okay, because...
Just the dexterity of these kids. I mean,
Oh.
they bend like gummy snacks.
And now we got a big fourth down. It's potentially the ball game right here.
Falcons Nation making a ton of noise. Off the rollout right side, Hignight unleashes, too tall for everyone. Falcons get the ball back.
I can't believe he threw it. I thought he was going to pick it up with his feet. It looked like he was going to have room to just run for the first down. They only needed 2 yards, but takes a shot downfield. Let's take a look at the replay again, Brian. I mean, did he have enough here to just
Let's
run
slow it
this?
down. Look right here. Looks like if he takes off, it's going to be tight.
It's a better chance than that throw right there. But a huge stop for the Falcons. They're a first down away from winning this. The Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts. So it will take a first down from Hillsdale to officially get this one, stay undefeated, and really stake their claim as WCAL favorites.
Ball is spotted at the 43-yard line.
Sloan off the stutter, hesitation, and then gets missiled out of there. 8-yard pickup on a first down run. First time out burned by the Dogs.
Hesitation there. Sloan. Man, you just feel so good. It's like, it's got to be like how the Guardians feel when they go to Class A to close it out. You've got the lead. You just give it to Sloan, and you're like, this is over. We've got this. There's no way that they're going to be able to stop us.
Owen Sloan started tonight's contest with 450 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns. He has added several to the total tonight.
He's got 2 touchdowns on the ground here in the second half. He had 1 touchdown in the first half coming on the hook and ladder where he got the pitch from the receiver, took it the rest of the way, 80 yards. What a big-time win this would be for Hillsdale.
And they just need 2 more yards to secure it, Andy. On youth football night, so a lot of the young players here in attendance, and it's almost kind of like when you're a college program and you have those recruits in the house. You want to be able to win these big games with the next generation.
Yep. Dalton's not going to make it easy for him, though.
You could expect nothing less. half-yard pickup maybe. It'll still be third down, maybe a yard and a half. And one more timeout remaining for Ray Leak and the Dalton Bulldogs here on the road. Falcons looking to knock them off in the friendly confines for the second consecutive time. And then as we've already looked ahead, Smithville next week and then a couple very winnable games, so Hillsdale can put themselves firmly in pole position, the driver's seat to the WCAL championship in week 5.
Yeah, very important, whoever comes away with the win in this one, to not read your press clippings, whatever we're going to talk about on the Pigskin Show later. Don't just buy into what we're saying. You still got to go out and execute. A win this week doesn't guarantee you anything next week.
Again, they'll readjust. Heavy right, hard count. They don't jump this time.
Say, how fitting would it be if we had an offsides to decide this one?
Now it looks like the Falcons and Coach Klein are going to take a timeout.
Chess match.
As Andy said, Friday Night Pigskin tonight, live and free, right in about 2 hours. We'll try to go live at 11:30 p.m. All of the scores from around the area. We focus on 5 different conferences. We need to include the WCAL in that mix.
I think we're going to have to start doing that. At least I am for Andy's Dandies. They're definitely going to start making an appearance.
And as far as the MVP for tonight,
oh my gosh,
we've got some premier prospects.
Yeah.
So let us know over on the YouTube side of things, if you had to narrow it down to just one, who do you want to hear from in our MVP interview tonight? That presented by Brew'd Coffee.
Still a minute 1 left here. So our MVP might not be decided just yet.
Hillsdale with a chance to ice it.
I think they're saying to put 1 timeout for each team on the scoreboard.
That's what it's reflecting right now.
They got it. They had it. They had 2 still for Hillsdale. Now it's accurate.
Dogs will crowd the line. Sloan, sidecar right. He's got the carry. He's got the first down. Falcons are going to win it here at home.
What a performance from the Hillsdale Falcons. Dalton, the favorite coming into this one.
6.5-point favorite, I heard, Andy.
Favorites to win the conference, according to a couple media publications before the season started, but the Falcons had no part of that. Said, don't count us out. We've got something special here this year. You can say we haven't played anyone. You can say our schedule hasn't been as tough. Our numbers are inflated. Well, you know what we say? We're undefeated. 5-0, baby. Let's go.
Lewis from the victory formation initiates the party. They got the whole town jumping here in Jeromesville. 4-point victory tonight for the home team as they remain unblemished. Their calendar perfect through 5 weeks of the season. Stick around for our Sloan Concrete post-game show. We'll have stats and analysis from me and Andy. Also hear from our Brew'd Coffee most valuable player of the night. Of course, I'm going to be checking the comments section here in just a moment. See who you guys think over on the YouTube side of things. You'll hear from them as well. And then all setting up the Friday Night Pigskin live and free at 11:30 p.m. I'll have a full highlight and breakdown of this game tonight. Quick commercial timeout coming up. Falcons flying to 5-0 here at home.
We all need help sometimes dealing with everything life throws at us. As outdoorsmen, spending time in nature, hunting, fishing, and cooking with the buddies we love are great ways to reset and decompress. Man Therapy is a platform designed for men, by men, to help us sort through stress, anxiety, depression, or any other puzzles we're dealing with. Get a rundown of how you excel and where you can improve your mental health by taking Man Therapy's 20-point head inspection. It's free, it's anonymous, and it could be your first step towards becoming a happier, healthier man. Learn more at mantherapy.org.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Tonight's high school football broadcast brought to you, folks, live and free. Thanks to our good friends over at Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, we can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Sloan Concrete, decorative and standard concrete services serving Central and Northern Ohio since 2005. Brew'd Coffee, offering specialty coffees, donuts, and breakfast food in downtown Hayesville. 89 Homes, building homes, earning trust since 1979. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows, and doors since 1970. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation, So life hasn't been all sandalwood and sunshine lately. Visit mantherapy.org today and get your free head inspection to see if it's time for a checkup from neck up. Men are better men when they're happy. We'll be right back with our Brew'd Up Coffee Most Valuable Player. We are going with the sophomore signal caller from Hillsdale, Cale Lewis. We're getting him right now. He'll speak with Andy Jardy in just a moment. Stay with us.
Time now for our Brew'd Coffee MVP interview of the game. Cale Lewis with an incredible performance here tonight. I don't think you had an incomplete pass in the second half. You were dialed in, 11 of 11. What was it like playing in a game like this tonight?
Oh, it was so fun. I mean, we knew coming in it was going to be a war, and it was going to be down to who wanted to win the game more. And our skilled guys made plays, and our line was just incredible.
Do you even know how many yards you threw for?
No, I have no idea.
It was like 366 is what I had added up. What was working for you so well out there tonight?
Well, the run game was working so well, and that really opened up the pass game. And if we needed to pass the ball, we could, and if we needed to run it, we could.
How big of a win is this for you guys? I mean, Dalton was everyone's sort of preseason favorite to come in and win the conference again this year. You guys had put up all sorts of numbers offensively to start this year. What does this win mean for you guys?
That was huge. We've been working all summer for a game like this, and then Week 10 against Norway. But this is just one more step towards our league title.
So what's next for you guys the rest of the season after this one?
Well, we just got to keep working, get better week by week. We're hoping to make a big run in the playoffs, hopefully playing in Week 16 in the state championship.
Have you ever been in a game as fun as this one was tonight?
No, that was the most fun game I've ever been a part of. That was crazy. I can't put it into words.
And last thing, anyone you want to shout out or give any special recognition to here tonight?
Shout out to my coaches, our O-line, skilled players, everyone watching Ohio Report, my grandpa, Jack Fickus, and yep.
Thank you so much, and best of luck the rest of the season.
We all need help sometimes dealing with everything life throws at us. As outdoorsmen, spending time in nature, hunting, fishing, and cooking with the buddies we love are great ways to reset and decompress. Man Therapy is a platform designed for men, by men, to help us sort through stress, anxiety, depression, or any other puzzles we're dealing with. Get a rundown of how you excel and where you can improve your mental health by taking Man Therapy's 20-point head inspection. It's free, it's anonymous, and it could be your first step towards becoming a happier, healthier man. Learn more at mantherapy.org.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
The Sloan Concrete post-game show begins here tonight with the Falcons, and a lot of smiles, of course, on the faces of some of those studs out there. McFadden, his signal caller, Kale Lewis, our MVP tonight. Marvelous in the second half. I'm Brian Skowronski. Andy Jardy is with me, and a lot of games on paper sometimes just don't exactly meet the billing of the anticipation, but this one, when we show you the final numbers, we're exactly the anticipation and what we were expecting.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many games I've gone to this year where I get there and I'm like, this should be a really good game tonight. I'm very excited to see this one, how it plays out, and then it's just a snooze fest. This never was. This was incredible. Two very, very talented teams tonight. Someone had to lose. We saw all sorts of creativity from the play calling, the trick plays. Kale Lewis, I talked to after the game, didn't throw an incomplete pass in the second half. He was 11 of 11. Just unbelievable, the execution by these teams tonight, too. And Dalton is going to feel like they beat themselves tonight. They had a couple crucial penalties on 4th and 4 situations. They bit on the hard count twice.
Yep.
Twice? 3 times. Twice that cost them, gave the Hillsdale a first down. One that just made it a 3rd and short. So, yeah, they kind of only have themselves to blame here because they just weren't clean enough to come away and get a win against a very, very talented Hillsdale team. That this was really their first test tonight to see if this team was going to be the real deal in the Wayne County Athletic League. And guess what? I think it runs through them now.
Very exciting game, though. Over 900 yards of offense, folks. A lot of that coming early that first quarter. I mean, so explosive for both of these squads. But the passing yards for Hillsdale and that perfect second half for Kel Lewis ended up being the difference here in tonight's game, along with those penalties that you spoke about. There were snafus on both sides. We thought maybe the fake punt at the beginning of the game could turn out costing Hillsdale the fourth downs that were not converted for Dalton, and it all just kind of ended with this game back and forth. Who's going to make the big play when it mattered most? And for the Falcons, it was kind of defensively making those stops. Owen Sloan, the hammer at the end of the game, finishing it off.
The closer. Yeah, that's absolutely what he was. They got the lead. They were able to just give it to him, run out the clock. And surprisingly, too, I mean, usually in a game this close, whoever kind of commits that big turnover ends up losing the game. Hillsdale threw a pick as one of Cale Lewis's, worst decisions of the night. He threw across his body into the end zone. It got picked off, and you thought, oh no, that might be it for them tonight. But man, any time, like, there was no separation in this game. I kept saying I felt like whoever got up to a 2-possession lead was going to be the winner, and it never got to a 2-possession lead. This was as close of a game as you could play. And credit to Hillsdale's defense tonight, too, because it was 21 points from Dalton there in the first quarter, and they held them to 10 the rest of the game. So they really were able to clamp down defensively and keep them out of the end zone.
And up next for both of these teams, we talked about it, bit more of a challenge for Hillsdale as they'll be going on the road and taking on a Smithies team that might be 4-1 by the end of the night here tonight. Dalton gets to return home. They'll take on Northwestern, so an opportunity for this team to bounce back, try to get a little bit healthier, and stay in the title chase. Norwayne's still lurking out there. Rittman looks like they could be a top contender as well. So the top half of the WCAL, it's pretty loaded. Just right now on paper, it looks like the Falcons are in the driver's seat, and they've got the opportunity to stay in that pole position.
Best thing about being 5-0?
Chance to go 6-0, baby.
Absolutely. Falcon faithful are going to be celebrating this one all weekend, and then they got to get ready quick, though, for that game at Smithville.
35-31, your final score here from Jeromesville. Awesome game from top to bottom. We'll have more on this one coming up tonight at 11:30 on the Friday Night Pigskin. That will do it, though, for our live and free coverage tonight. Wouldn't be here without the help of all of our generous sponsors. So big ups to our friends at Simonson Construction Services, Inc., Sloan Concrete, Brew'd Up Coffee, 89 Homes, Home and Kitchen Supply, Avita Home Health and Hospice, and then the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation. My crew here tonight: Justin Wilson, your top cam operator, bringing you all the great shots overhead from Jeromesville on this awesome turf facility. I'm Brian Skowronski for Andy Jardy, thanking you for watching. We'll see you guys here in about an hour and a half. So long for now.